Hi, and welcome to Crypto Cash Army. I'm Captain Crypto, and this is the VeChain VET news and price update for May 9, 2021. Before we go any further, I'd like to take a few seconds to say thank you to everyone that is supporting the channel. If you're not already a subscriber, please do subscribe and smash that like button. Again, thank you so much for being here. Let's get into the video. Hi, and welcome back. Let's get right into news for VeChain. If you follow VeChain or if you're a fan, as I and many others are, you'll be glad to hear that VeChain has recently surpassed 300,000 followers on Twitter. And while this is not nearly as big a following as projects like Cardano or Ethereum, it is considerable when compared to most other cryptocurrencies. So congrats to VeChain on reaching that milestone of 300,000 followers on Twitter. In other news, this is from News BTC. VeChain's new patent could help offset carbon emissions. VeChain Global Technology has petitioned for a patent with the U.S. Federal Agency Patent and Trademark Office, the USPTO. Filed on April 22, 2021, the application seeks to register methods, devices, blockchain nodes, and a system for carbon recording and trading, per the document published by the agency. The document describes the method to obtain data related to carbon behaviors on different objects and then converting that data into corresponding carbon data. Later, the information will be stored in a blockchain-based platform for subsequent trading as a transaction. For example, an electric vehicle with a unique ID could provide data on the amount of electrical energy consumed. This data could be compared to that of a combustion engine vehicle to determine a baseline carbon emission amount. With a smart contract running on the blockchain platform, the owner of the vehicle can be incentivized to maintain its BE or baseline carbon emission amount below average to receive a credit attached to its ID. The carbon credit and the unique ID to the blockchain as a blockchain transaction, receiving at the blockchain node a request for a transaction to purchase a good or service with the carbon credit, and executing with at least one smart contract, a blockchain transaction, according to the request. So essentially, VeChain has figured out a way to record carbon emissions from vehicles and a way to incentivize lowering those carbon emissions. And this is quite impressive and something that will probably be very useful, especially now that global warming is a thing, a real thing, and many people are starting to wake up to that fact. The use data is collected by an IoT sensor operably coupled to the electric vehicle and transmitted to the blockchain node via a computing device located in the electric vehicle. The mechanism will also attempt to provide a trustworthy and tamper-proof multi-purpose platform for enterprises to store their carbon emission data, thus reducing the confusion in carbon records without the intervention of a third party. The patent application claims the following. With the solutions of the present disclosure, safe and credible recording of the carbon data may be achieved. Furthermore, according to some aspects of the present disclosure, safe and credible implementing and recording of the carbon trading may be achieved. So like I said, I think this is something important, and it's just another example of how VeChain is solving real problems in the real world. Now, this next article is from Cointelegraph. It's just a piece of an article, actually. VeChain on national TV, English language and state-run business channel CGTN created a short expository video on blockchain's growth post-COVID-19. The video and article featured a close look at VeChain's progress in developing business solutions, explaining how the technology could be applied to the food safety and infection control industry. The media company shot a short video inside the office and interviewed a few of the developers, indicating that the company has done well to comply with regulatory requirements in the tightly run country. And if you didn't know, VeChain is indeed based in China. It's no secret that VeChain has a top position and close relationship with many government-backed organizations, which is an enviable position for any enterprise blockchain as a service provider. And this is the page with the video, the CGTN website, and I will leave a link to that in the description. Now on to more broad market news. The altcoin season index is sitting at 88, and that is down a little bit from where it was a couple of days ago when it was like 93 or 94, indicating that there has been a slight cooling off of altcoins in the last few days. And that's probably because Bitcoin has shown a little strength in the last couple of days. The fear and greed index is currently sitting at 67. It was at 64 yesterday, but it's still down from 68 last week and considerably lower than the 73 score that was achieved last month. 67 indicates that people are fairly confident in the market and starting to buy, but it's not overbought yet, the market. And there's not a big chance that a correction will be coming anytime soon. Generally, you don't start to see signs of a correction until you get to like 75, 80 and above. Now for some VeChain specific news. VET is currently sitting at 22.7 cents and is down about 2.4% over the last 24 hours. Currently, VET has a market cap of $14.8 billion and has a trading volume of $2.3 billion over the last 24 hours. VET is ranked number 16 on the Nomics Top 100 Cryptocurrencies chart. So it has went down a little bit. Now let's go ahead and get into the price action. Looking at the one-day chart, we can see that VET is indeed still in its ABC correction, and it looks like it might finally be starting its final leg, which is a downward leg, before moving on up in the Elliott wave on its fifth leg, which will be a mammoth increase for VeChain, I'm sure. A couple of days ago, I released a video about 3 cryptocurrencies that will 5x by the end of July. And of course, VeChain was one of them. And I still believe that. I think VeChain is indeed poised to make some very significant gains shortly. But also in that video, I said I didn't believe that VeChain would break out for another 10 to 15 days. And again, I still believe that. So I believe that this trend of just moving sideways in the short term is going to play out. And I think we're going to stay between 20.5 cents, and we may possibly push up to 24.5 cents. Our RSI on the daily and our MACD is starting to look a little better. It's looking like the MACD may make a bullish cross in the next couple of days. If we look at the 4-hour chart, however, we can see that we're definitely trending downward and that we've just recently made a bearish cross on the MACD. We still need this RSI to come down a little bit. If it'll come down to this like 44, 45 level, that's where VeChain really likes to bounce off before it makes another upward trend. But like I said, in the short to medium term, over the next 2 to 3 days, I don't see us moving up much past 24.5 cents. But after the middle of the week, we should start seeing some pushes toward the 786 level on the Fibonacci if it hasn't already made it there. Let's go back to the daily chart. And I definitely believe that in the next 10 to 15 days, we'll definitely get back to our all-time high of about 28 cents. And then it's just a matter of time before we start reaching these higher price targets, 45 cents and upward. If you haven't watched my 3 coins that will 5x by July 31st video, I suggest you do so, as I go into a lot more detail as far as medium and long-term pricing for VeChain. Well, I think that's all I've got for right now. If you got something from this video, or if you found something useful or informative, I would ask that you please do subscribe, please do like, and please do share. But for now, this is Captain Crypto signing off. So until next time, please stay blessed and take care. Bye-bye.